And we are back yet again with another Dark Souls 3 boss fight highlight video. We are nearing the end of the game, so there are a few more fights to come that I have recorded. I still haven't finished the game myself. I have one more fight to go. I have the very last boss. I haven't done what you're supposed to do to actually activate it. I've got a rough idea of what I'm supposed to do. I've got to do something with the thrones back at Firelink. But yeah, I have one more boss. I have fought every boss in Dark Souls 3, and I have recorded every boss in Dark Souls 3, so you are going to see all of them over the next couple of days. It's been a really, really good journey. It always feels like you're making good progression. The build that I'm using at the moment, I've always felt strong as well, which is very important. If you play through the game and you're constantly getting ruined, constantly feel weak, then it's definitely not as fun. But if you get to a point where you feel strong and you feel effective and you have no problem with confidence running into a group of enemies or even just running into one large enemy, that's when the game comes into its own. It gives you this real feeling of accomplishment when you can get in there and beat something very difficult. But this particular boss fight, it starts out with Lorien. Now these are the twin princes. I tried to look up a little bit of the lore, but I really shouldn't talk too much about it because I honestly haven't read enough about it to talk about it. But it looks like Lorien shares the burden of Lothric's curse, and apparently Lothric refused to either become a Lord of Cinder or to link the flame, and then they escaped into the far off lands, which is why they're in this castle in the middle of friggin' nowhere, and that's the whole deal. So they're sort of held up here and they wanted to watch the flame dwindle and die out. I'll just be quiet here.
Oh, dear brother, I'm on my way. My brother, unyielding sword of Lothric's prince. Rise if you would, for that is our curse.
Yeah, I thought I'd let that play. That's a wicked cutscene. There's also an interesting thing there where if you complete the first phase in the fight and you're directly behind them, they don't wake up. There was a couple of times where I did it and they just stood there. So it'd be an amazing way if you could set it up and you had, say, really strong one-shot magic or something. Basically any real big one-shot attack. Because this fight, you can actually shorten it by attacking Lothric, which is on the back of Lorien. Now, Lorien, if you defeat his health bar while Lothric still has a health bar, Lothric will actually climb down and revive Lorien. Now, if you can do damage just to Lothric on Lorien's back, you can actually end the fight. So it's like Lorien's life is tied directly to Lothric, and I'd say that's the curse. Their fate is shared. So it's interesting that the info that I was reading was saying that he refused to become a Lord of Cinder, that Lothric had refused to become a Lord of Cinder, but when you kill him he still drops the cinders of a Lord or the ashes of a Lord. So I'm not entirely sure what the ramifications are there, man. Someone called Vardy Vidya, but the fight itself isn't too bad. But yeah, that's what I was saying. If you could get in a position where you can finish the first phase and be in exactly the right spot behind the two of them, they'll completely be dormant. They will not move until you attack them or move to the left or right. So if you had, say, some huge big magical spell that did like obscene damage, you could probably hit Lothric for a monstrous amount of damage, because the way Lorien moves, he constantly tries to protect his brother by keeping him on his back. So you've got to keep dodging and trying to chop behind. But yeah, if you could start the fight and hit him for who knows how much you could hit with some serious magic at this point in the game, you could probably do a good maybe 20, 30, maybe 40% of his health.
Oh, dear brother. Mark my words, Ashen One. You remain among the accursed.
And there we are. So we do get Cinders of a Lord from them, from defeating them, or defeating Lothric. But anyway, that's the fight. Plenty more to come. I've got a couple more boss fights recorded. Well, basically, I've got every boss fight that you haven't seen on my channel. I have recorded, except the last boss. And tonight, I'm going to go and see if I can defeat and record the last boss fight. So I think I show my stats. I'm still fairly low level. I don't think I level up. I can't really see it in the preview window here where I'm doing the commentary, but I'm 62, maybe 64. I think I'm like 64 or 65 right now at endgame, and I just don't feel I need to upgrade. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed, and until the next video, we'll see you later.